Okay, today's tech tip is a requested video from my friend Melanie Valencia, a teacher in Tustin, California. Melanie sits next to me at church every Sunday, and she takes care of like the slides and stuff for the service, and then I'm next to her doing the soundboard. She teaches in Tustin, and she's like, hey, we're working on these stop motion animation videos. And I'm like, oh, have you ever tried to do it with Google Slides? And she's like, no, how do you do that? So then I'm like, oh, I'll make a video for you. And she's like, cool. And then I haven't made it for a couple weeks. So here we go, Melanie. This one's for you. So we were talking the other day about these stop motion animation videos. And this is a great way, you guys, to allow your students to creatively demonstrate their learning. How well do they know a concept? Have them make a stop motion video, right? We've been doing this for years, but this is just a fun and different way of doing it using tools that they're already familiar with and just kind of tweaking them a little bit. So I'm going to show you how to make a stop motion animation video in 4 steps using Google Slides. And I will actually, if you're a subscriber, you're going to want to hang on to the end because I'm going to give you a special 5th tip to take it to the next level. All right, so let's jump right in. Let's go. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your drive and create a new slide deck. And you're going to make it just a blank slide deck, okay? So click on the little plus here, go down to Google Slides, select blank presentation. By default, it's going to open up with this title slide. You can close down the themes here. And you're going to want to delete these 2 text boxes by highlighting them until they turn blue. And just click on the delete button, and then it's blank. You're going to name this whatever you want to name it so that you'll remember it. We shall name it stop motion. Okay. Step 1 is to create a blank slide presentation. Name it something that you'll remember what it is. And that is the end of step 1. Simple enough? Step number 2 is you're going to go into your classroom account and you're going to assign them this stop motion assignment that you have just been working on. So we'll call it stop motion, and you can add instructions if you want. You can change the points. We'll make it 10 points. When there's no due date, we're going to click on this icon right here. This is your drive icon, okay? We're going to find stop motion. It probably should pop up since we just made it. Okay, stop motion. We're going to add that. And you can see that it's right here, okay? Here's the key. You want to make sure that you click on this down arrow and make a copy for each student, okay? Once that's done, you can go ahead and click assign. Alright, so that was the end of step number 2. Step number 3 is just as easy. Now your kids will come in here and they will start adding the stop motion. So I'm going to assume that you kind of understand what a stop motion video is. It's a series of just still images that move slightly. Everything in the pictures moves slightly, and then when you flip them through and go through each picture, it looks like something is moving, right? Okay, so we have one slide here, it's blank. Let's just throw some kind of shape in here. Okay, so let's say we want an arrow, and let's say we want this arrow to move from left to right. Okay, just like any stop motion that you're gonna do, you're gonna take a picture. In this case, take this one slide, and then you're gonna duplicate it. You can go to slide, duplicate slide. Now you have the arrow, and you're gonna move it slightly. Now in order for the animation to look smooth, you want to make the movements incrementally small. So you don't want to take your whatever you're animating and move it way over here, because that will look real choppy when you're going back into the slides. Now I have my kids do a minimum of 1,000 slides, but I'm going to the example that I showed you at the beginning of this video, that was done with 300 slides. So, and it was about 30 seconds. As you can see, you're going to want to move it just slightly, okay? To do that, you can select the item, just click and drag over it until you get this box around it, and you can use the left or right or top or up or down arrows, and it'll move it 1 pixel whichever direction you want it to go. So in this case, I'll make it go to the right, 1 pixel. Alright, I'm going to fast forward. Oh, you know the other thing? Instead of going to slide, duplicate slide, a shortcut for them is Command D, and it will duplicate a slide. I think in their Chromebooks it's Control D, and you can, I'll add in the description below a link that takes you to all the keyboard shortcuts. But that's one that they're going to want to do because they're going to be doing this over and over and over and over, you know, several hundred times. So I'm going to take this, highlight it, move it over 1, duplicate it, oops, duplicate it, highlight, move it over 1. Okay, so as you can see, I move the arrow from over here, and then 32 slides later it's over here. So that'll be a pretty good. I got a little impatient in the middle there. I started going more than 1 pixel, but that's okay. Step number, what are we on, 4? Step number 4. I think this is the final step. Yeah. So first step, again, is to create a slide deck and have a blank slide in it. Second step is to assign it in Classroom and making sure that you make a copy for each student. And then step number 3 is for them to go into the slide decks and create their stop motion animation to show whatever learning you want them to demonstrate. Maybe you just want them to create a stop motion animation video, I don't know, but that is okay too. Okay, and then step number 4 is where the magic happens, okay? So as you can see, I can go here and I can just press the down arrow and it'll show the animation, but that's no fun. If we go up here to File and you go down to Publish to the Web, you click on that, and you can see that the default is that every 3 seconds it will go to the next slide. That's way too long. Even if we change it to every second, that's too long too. So we want to say start slideshow as soon as the player loads, and then if we want it to loop, you can press this button right here. But we don't want it to do that. So we're going to hit publish. It's going to say, are you sure? We're going to say, yes, we are sure. You can see right over here it says 1000. So delay in milliseconds, 1000. We're going to change this number to 75, okay? So we're going to copy this. I don't think it'll let me change it here, will it? No. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. We're gonna open up a new tab, paste it in there, and we're gonna change this 1000 to 75. 70, you can mess around with the number, but 75 is a pretty good number. Okay, then we're gonna hit enter, and you'll see the animation happening. Whoa, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, so alright, that is how you create a stop motion animation video using Google Slides. And as I said before, make sure that your kids are super detailed. I've seen the most incredible animation videos done with this method, like entire movies produced by these kids using thousands and thousands of slides. I would say that a minimum would be 300 slides. Minimum. I would say I would really encourage your kids to do at least 1,000 slides. Okay, so that's being super intricate. They can make people walk across, jump, all kinds of things. It can switch to another scene. It's super incredible. You can tell stories on here. You can do all kinds of things. Let's say that you wanted to publish this thing like the video that I showed at the beginning. What I did there, and this is step number 5, this is optional, but it's super cool. If you screen record the video, you can then do a voiceover and add music, and that is next level right there. So step number 5 is optional, but super cool. If you want to screen record the video, you can add music and do voiceovers and just take this whole thing to the next level. So Melanie, I hope you enjoyed this Tech Tip Tuesday stop motion animation video tutorial, and I can't wait to see what your kids come up with. So if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And remember, I have great EdTech tips for you every single week that will help you in your classroom. For example, if you want to check out this video right over here, those are my top 5 Chrome extensions that are perfect for any teacher to use all the time. And it will help make your life so much easier. Thanks guys, I'll talk to you next week.